Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a while, and so I decided, Lisa, you gotta start getting back on your channel and start cooking and all that good stuff. So on that note, I have some pork chops here that I am going to smother for my husband because I made him some smothered pork chops on this past Sunday, and I made grits, and that was for breakfast. And he swear I cheated him out of the pork chops. He says, you didn't make enough. I said, well, babe, you had 3 pork chops. He goes, I know, but I want some more later. I'm like, well, look, I'll have to make you some more smothered pork chops later on during the week. So now, here I am, getting ready to make him some smothered pork chops. I'll probably make some white rice and probably some frozen green beans. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is take this pan right here, put my pork chops in this pan, and let my pork chops soak in some vinegar water, and to kind of like brine them and to get them clean. And I will be back. Okay, guys, I have just a few of my pork chops here that are cleaned and everything. So what I'm getting ready to do now, I am just going to season these with just complete seasoning only. That is it. I love this stuff right here. And it has the ample amount of salt in it. So, and again, I'm smothering these pork chops. So let me season these, and then I'm going to flour them. And then I have some oil over here going. Oh, sorry, don't mean to get you guys seasick. I have some oil over here going, and with this oil, actually, that is chicken grease. You know, when I every now and then when I fry chicken, I hold on to that grease, and sometimes I season with it. So I don't want to use fresh grease when I don't have to, because guess what? This grease here is already seasoned. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I browned. No, I did not brown. I seasoned my pork chops with the complete seasoning. Just put a light coating on it. I also got a bag of flour together. This is about 1.5 cups of flour. And then the seasoning that I put in this was, it was no salt seasoning. So I just put a little no salt seasoning in this. So only thing we're going to do, guys, we're just going to brown these. I'm not going to cook them all the way. And these are some pretty thick chops too. So just gonna do this. And I just put some ice in my mouth too. That's why I'm talking the way I'm talking. And so I'm just gonna coat it. Baby, you can turn the TV up. You don't have to. Yeah, my husband's watching TV. He's watching that program called Black Love. I love it. Okay. So again, I'm just going to. I'm gonna get a little messy right here. Normally I use my tongue, but right now, what I need to do, I don't want as much flour on them, because again, I'm going to smother them. So I'm going to get as much flour off of them as I can. These are some pretty big chops, so I'm probably only going to get maybe 4 in this pan. Or maybe 3, let's see. Maybe able to get 4. Let me move you over. Again, I'm just going to brown these. I'm not going to cook these all the way. I'm just browning them. Yeah, I think I can get 4 of them in here. Ooh, that almost got me. Okay. And so sometimes I'm going to be needing this. And go ahead on and get these out of the way. Put these in the bag here. And I have some more over there that, oh, that needs some seasoning. I have some more over there at the sink that I'm going to be, washing up and seasoning. Oh my God, these chops are so big I can barely pick them up. Okay. So there you have it. I'll come back to you guys when it's time to turn those over. Okay guys, let's go ahead on and turn these over. I kind of have my fire just a little high because again, only thing I want to do is brown these. Ooh, and these are some thick chops too, my goodness. I do know that they're really, really thick. Now if you see that blood on there, that's okay guys. It's going to happen. They're pork chops. If you haven't fried pork chops with the coating on them. I'm just going to turn these over. And they're, oh my God, they're heavy too. Okay, come on. There you go. Oh, now that one's pretty. Oh my goodness, these things are huge. Okay, you see how pretty that is? That's what I want right there. Okay, so I'm just going to let those brown on that side. In the meantime, I have already washed and seasoned the rest of my pork chops. 2 of those big boys, I'm going to have to put away for tomorrow because they're really, 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 really thick. So I'm just going to put those in a Ziploc bag, throw those puppies in the refrigerator, and I will probably pop those in the oven for me and my husband for breakfast in the morning. So while we're I'm going to go ahead on and continue to let my meat brown. I'm going to put the other meat in. In the meantime, I'm going to cut up probably about 2 onions and 2 bell peppers. That's going to be for the gravy that I'm going to smother the pork chops in. Okay, be back. Okay guys, so remember I said I was going to take out those real huge pork chops. So those are the pork chops that I took out. So I'm just going to drop these in the refrigerator. And it should be nice and seasoned for tomorrow. In the meantime, I still have some chops over here. You see those chops back in the background over there? Yep. But I have these here. So let me see. And the only thing I want to do is just brown these. Oh my goodness. I mean, you guys, these things are huge. Really, really huge. I'm having a hard time turning these things here over. Okay, so we're going to let those brown on that side. So in the meantime, I'm going to come over here and we're just going to do a rough chop to these vegetables. Because this is what I'm going to use for my gravy. A rough chop is just absolutely just that. Just a rough chop. That's all I'm doing to it. Is doing a rough chop on my vegetables. So that's the onion. That's 1 onion. And this is going to be 2 onions. And I like a lot of onion in my gravy. I'm going to show you guys the way of making gravy without using flour. Because that's how I'm going to do these. Okay, so move these out of the way. That's just a rough chop. And then, ooh. It might be a little noisy, but hey, I'm rough chopping. Let me turn it over to the other side. And these are green bell peppers. Again, I'm just doing a rough chop. I don't know why I do this, but I do. And so those other ones are, let's do it this way. Normally, sometimes whatever, it depends on what I'm cooking. A lot of times I put my vegetables in the food processor because I have arthritis and it hurts to actually chop my food. But I'm doing good with this here. Plus, it's just a rough chop. It don't have to be anything special. Okay. There's a lot of chops there too, and I know I'm not going to be able to fit all those chops in that pan. So what I'm going to do, we're going to saute the vegetables and we're going to get that gravy going. And then I'm going to go get another pan. Not a pan, I'm going to get a pot to put those vegetables in. I may use these or may not. It all depends, okay? Okay, I decided to add a little celery in this as well. I like celery in my gravy. So I cut up 3 nice stalks of celery. And that should be enough. This is looking good over here. Okay, guys, now it's time for the gravy. Now what I did, I drained a little bit of most of the oil out of this pan. And I left some of those itsy bits, the bits and stuff that's in there. I want that for my gravy. So what I'm going to do now is let's go ahead and start on the gravy. We're going to start by putting the vegetables. I'm just going to throw them all in there. Now I'm going to start the gravy out in this pan right here so you guys can see how I make the gravy. And I'm going to have to transfer this to a big pot because what am I trying to say? The pork chops are so big, there is no way, you guys. There is no way I'm going to be able to get all those pork chops in this pan. So now, only thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to take my complete seasoning. I'm just going to put a little complete seasoning on this. And then make sure my fire is turned up, because I want that fire nice and hot. Okay, so I'm going to let these saute for a little bit, and then I'll be back, okay? Alright, now you guys, let's go ahead and finish our gravy. I went ahead on and I don't want my vegetables to get, I don't want them too caramelized, so this is just fine, like this here. So now what I'm doing, I have chicken broth. From, what is that, Great Value chicken broth, and I got the oh my goodness, I can't talk, y'all, the reduced seasoning. So I'm just going to pour that on there. Now I'm making my gravy. I have 3 of these that I'm going to use. Again, I'm just showing you guys how I make my gravy, and then I'm going to transfer everything into a bigger pot. So in here right now, I sauteed onion, celery, and bell pepper. So I'm going to get it started with just these 2 right here of the chicken broth. But when I transfer it to my bigger pot, I may have to put another broth on it and keep it moving. Keep it moving. Okay, now to this, I have some garlic powder. Ooh, stuff going everywhere. I have some black pepper. I have onion powder, and yes, I know we have onion in there, but I like lots of onion. And when you're seasoning, you guys have to be careful of the seasonings that you use that have salt in it. Now, I've already used the complete seasoning, and that has salt in it. And the next thing I'm going to put in is some parsley flakes. I put parsley in everything. And then the last thing I'm going to use, use the Kerr chicken seasoning. The what they call this, the bouillon. I'll put a little bouillon in. Now this bouillon is salty, guys. You have to be careful with this bouillon. If you notice, I have not put any salt in this mixture at all. And I'm going to leave it just like that. I'm not putting any salt in it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a top over this here. And I'm going to let this get to going. And once I let this get to going, I'm going to taste it and see if I like it. See if I need to add any more seasonings to it. And then from there, I'm going to drop the pork chops in this, turn the fire down low, and go take a nap. So this is how I make my gravy. And when I need to thicken it up, I use cornstarch to thicken it up.